Imagine this. You come home after a long day, and the second you step through the door, your puppy launches at you like a tiny furry rocket. Or you've just leashed them up to head outside, and the moment their paws hit the grass, they turn to you and start biting the leash and acting like a tiny tornado. Paws flying, teeth nipping, tail wagging super fast. Cute? Well, maybe at first, but fun? Not so much when those tiny teeth find your skin or when you're playing a game of tug-of-war with the leash. But wait, what if I told you that this behavior isn't just excitement? What if there's something deeper going on? And better yet, what if you could stop it all before it even starts? Let's break it down. Hey, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another video like this one. Okay, back to jumping and biting. But first, I do want to mention that if you're struggling to get your puppy to listen, whether they're inside or they're outside, and you're trying to get them to follow any cues in the middle of their jumpy, bitey frenzy, I do have a separate video on what to do if your puppy's ignoring you or verbal cues you're asking of them. So be sure to watch that video after you're done with this one. It is a little bit of a different topic than the one we're covering here in this video. I'm going to leave the link in the description below this video so you know where to go to watch it later. Now, young puppies are still figuring out how to handle their emotions, and when they get excited, their default setting is to use their whole body to express it. Some common triggers include greeting people, excitement overload, playtime, because movement equals fun equals more movement, going outside, oh, so many smells, so little time, right? Coming out of the crate, finally, freedom! Now here is something that might surprise you. Not all jumping and biting is about excitement. Sometimes it's frustration or even anxiety disguised as enthusiasm. So if your puppy jumps, bites at the leash, or redirects frustration onto you when they can't get something they want, that's not just excitement. That's big feelings they don't know how to handle yet. Okay, I do have a real question here for you. Are you making this worse without even realizing it? Well, a lot of puppy owners do. Reacting with big movements, loud voices, or pushing them away, aka turning it into the most exciting game ever. Giving attention, even negative attention, like saying no, because hey, attention is attention. Letting them get too amped up before giving them an outlet, so they explode with energy all at once then. And then let's talk about overdoing the high energy play. You ever throw a ball for 15 minutes straight, or you let your puppies wrestle together for a little too long? That's like handing a toddler an espresso shot before bedtime. Shorter play sessions with pauses in play help prevent that crash and burn effect. So what else should we do instead? We need to teach a calm greeting routine. Reward for 4 paws on the ground instead of reacting to your pup's jumping. So use a snuffle mat, a treat scatter right there on the ground, or do a decompressing activity before exciting events, so your pup is calmer going in. No, you're not rewarding your dog for jumping by tossing treats or trying to get them to refocus, but you are trying to get them to settle and refocus or remain calm in the presence of something exciting. Decompression activities are things like licking, sniffing, and chewing. So, provide a lick mat with something tasty spread on it, like peanut butter or mashed banana. Give them a yak chew or a bully stick. Use a long rope toy to redirect biting when you're inside, because sometimes they just need something to chomp. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this works inside, but what about outside? So if your puppy's biting the leash like crazy when outside, I have a video that covers that specifically. So check out Stop Puppy Leash Biting for a full breakdown. I'll leave that link in the description below along with other video recommendations. Okay, but what if you have a puppy that goes crazy the second you step out the door? Let's talk about that. Now, if it feels like a chaotic circus act, you're not alone. The outdoors is a sensory overload, and puppies don't come pre-programmed to handle it. You, as the mature adult in this relationship, probably think that the outside isn't too exciting. But to your prey-driven, super sniffing, amazing pup, everything outside is like sensory overload. Overstimulation to so many new sights and sounds and smells all at once. Frustration, wanting to move and chase and explore, but being held back by a leash. The good news? You can set your puppy up for success with these 4 simple steps. Number 1, preempt the excitement. Don't just throw caution to the wind and let chaos unfold. Instead, have a calm moment first. If you know your puppy jumps, enter the room ready to give them a cue they already know. Ask for a sit. Be ready to reward. ask them to go to their bed on cue. Be ready to reinforce this awesome behavior too. Number 2, give them an immediate outlet before letting them run wild. Start with something structured, a treat scatter, a controlled tug session, or just a moment to sniff. Number 3, set clear expectations. Reward calm behavior and reinforce things like sitting or approaching with 4 paws on the floor. Don't just wait until they're jumping to react. Number 4, set up training sessions that mimic real situations. Practice before the big moment happens. That means teaching skills like go grab a toy or go sit on your mat, or approach with 4 paws on the floor beforehand or outside of the time the jumping's gonna occur. So I want you to run dress rehearsals, like having someone enter the house while you guide your puppy to the correct behavior. And if you want a complete step-by-step plan to teach these behaviors and skills or see what they should look like, such as how to go to your bed on cue and how to sit and stay politely, check out my online puppy training program, 30 Days to Puppy Perfection. Now, we use a fear-free training approach. No scary, old-school, outdated training techniques that force your dog to do something. Just science-backed training designed to make raising a puppy easier and more fun than those old ways of training a dog. You're gonna get 18 courses on every topic you can think of. That's 130 videos and a 100-page printable workbook, and real-life training demos that take the guesswork out of raising a well-behaved pup. You'll learn how to reinforce all the good behavior consistently so they know what to do when the real excitement kicks in. Speaking of excitement, if your puppy struggles with this now, it's not failure. It just means you need to go back a step and work on teaching your puppy what to do before getting excited. All right, let's say you didn't catch their overexcitement in time, and now you have a flying, biting fur ball on your hands. What now? I want you to stop moving and engaging with the jumping. Jumping needs movement to be fun, so take that away. I want you to redirect to a flirt pole, a rope toy, or really anything appropriate that's not you or the leash. Reward the moment they calm down and mark and then move forward. I want you to carry treats on you so you can toss them away from you. Then the minute your dog stops jumping on you to go grab the treats, say yes. Yes is the marker word to let your dog know they did something that you liked. So by jumping off of you, then putting their paws on the floor, they're doing something good. This is gonna earn them that yes. The treat scatter is the ultimate reward for getting off of you. You're not rewarding the jumping by doing the treat scatter. The key here is to make sure your pup doesn't come back again and jump on you. Now, we don't wanna build a sequence of jumping and treat scatters. So have something to redirect them to so they don't focus on you, but instead on that rope toy or that flirt pole or something else they should have in their mouth. In addition, you should be asking yourself, how long has my pup been awake? Pups jump and get overstimulated when they've been up past their wake window. This is the allotted time for being awake based on their age. Yes, definitely a lack of proper sleep leads to unwanted behaviors, including jumping and biting. So, for a guide on how much sleep your pup should be getting or how long their wake window should be based on their age, grab my free puppy schedule planner printable. There's a sample schedule in there for a young puppy and guidelines on wake windows and sleep requirements. The link is in the description below this video. Now, outside of naps, you're gonna need to practice many times before the default behavior resembles your pup walking up to you with 4 paws on the floor or without biting you or the leash. There isn't just one thing you should do that's gonna immediately make a dog stop jumping and acting cuckoo bonkers. I get asked all the time, Michelle, tell me the one thing that will make this behavior stop. This takes time and training to teach them what you do want them to do, especially if you've accidentally reinforced the behavior in the past. Things like talking to your dog and touching your dog when they're jumping and biting are actually reinforcing to your dog. Let's clear up a few common mistakes here. Saying no or down. This doesn't tell them what to do instead. Actually, we don't want to use the verbal cue down when we want our dogs to get off of something. We use off, but only if your dog knows what the word means. Saying down means you want your dog to lay down, but saying off when your dog is jumping on you and before they know it means get off can actually teach them the wrong word association. So this means you're gonna end up teaching them that off means put their paws on you or something else like a counter or a table. You actually have to work on teaching them the right word association. That off means put your paws on the ground. Another mistake is using your knee to their chest to try to stop the jumping. Not only can this cause an injury, but it doesn't teach them what's right or what you want them to do instead of jumping. Imagine if I just whacked you every time you called me by the wrong name. And you thought all along you were calling me by the right name. Margot Whack. Margot Whack. Wouldn't it be better for me to actually teach you what my actual name is instead of inflicting pain on you when you said it wrong? You may have heard to push them off if they're jumping. This is also incorrect. Hands-on engagement equals fun, and fun equals reinforcement. We do not want to reinforce our dogs for jumping. Dealing with jumping and biting can really feel frustrating, but remember, your puppy isn't trying to be bad. They just need guidance on how to handle their excitement. So by focusing on preempting excitement with structure, giving them outlets that are appropriate, reinforcing the right behaviors, and practicing before the real moment happens, you're setting them up for success before they get too amped up. Now, what's one takeaway from this video that you didn't know before, or that you're gonna implement right away to curb the excited jumping and biting? All right, here's to calm greetings and walks without jumping and biting. Michelle here, signing off for now. See you in the next video.